That's a lot of liability.
But like I said, I think the interstate had a bearing on this, and of course, our community is not all the same, but there's a lot of good things going on though.
Now, what about culturally? Now, I know we moved from ag to to oil production
Well,
and
I think what's happening is between here, Bridge and Orneville, the Cajun music thing has caused some people to move here.
okay, that's interesting. Yeah.
Because when you watch, and I watch the French Cajun music,
Hmm.
like Channel 9 has one on Tuesday nights that they film at Palmbrew on the Wednesday before, and they have it on Tuesday nights. And a lot of these, like there was a band the other day, Larry Miller's son, and Larry Miller's an accordion builder, and his son was playing, the grandson was playing music, and the girl playing with him was from Minnesota,
Oh, really?
and she lives in Bridge.
So she moved from Minnesota to Bridge to come play
She
Cajun
started
music.
playing. Well, she was playing. There was some Cajun music in Minnesota, and what she did, she liked it, and so she moved here. And you got a lot. And there was one guy the other day on another station I was watching. He's from New York, playing the fiddle. Lives in Grand Coteau. Well,
Carrie down the road sold his house, Carrie Levinson, to a musician from
Texas.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes sense.
But culturally, I think that the Cajun music, and I'll tell you, I have a friend who dabbles in building French accordion, Ken Mouton, you know Ken.
Okay, yeah.
And we visited, let me see, we visited Junior Martin in Lafayette, Duce in Richard, Larry Miller in Iota, Mark Savoy in Eunice, and Randy Falcon outside between in Scott.
Okay.
Those guys are all builders, and they all have their own unique. Now, the accordion is it's amazing how this is made. How they manufacture most of their own parts.
I didn't know that people did that around here. That's
Oh, yeah.
interesting.
Now, Kennan does it as a hobby, him. But we visited these people to try and learn, the finer points of building. He builds it, but these guys are professionals. And the last one, Randy Falco, it was amazing how he explained from the time he started. He said, when he started producing accordions, on a scale of 10, might have been a 4 or 5. He said, now, 8 to 9.
He said, "I got it now."
Yeah. And he said, and the way he explains it, on how he started and how he learned and how he improved his accordion,
Hmm.
and he showed us some that he had, a couple of them that one of them was sold, the other one was his. And it's amazing. And if you ever watch these guys play the accordion, and I find it so intriguing that these kids can pick this shit up, and that's complicated,
Oh yeah.
And he showed us the bellows. You know what the bellows are?
Mhm.
Okay. And he said, I want you to begin observing. And he had 2 accordions, and he had 2 different bellows.
Okay.
And he said, watch this. He said, this is about 26 millimeters. That's the depth of the bellow. In other words,
Okay. Yeah.
when you open it up, it's when you close it, it's like 26 millimeters. Okay.
Okay.
Then he had one with 28 millimeters. I said, well, I want to show you something. And he said, this thing works just like a high performance engine. It's compression.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
And he said, the higher the performance of an engine is, the higher the compression.
Okay.
And he said, the same thing with these bellows. The smaller the bellow, the more compression. And he said, watch him. He said, those guys that use these little short bellows, and he had one. He said, they barely have to move because you got a lot of compression.
Yep.
He said, but then when you go to a deeper bellow, it goes further out.
Mm-hmm.
He said, your better accordion players are going to play very Very little.
Very tight.
Yep.
That's interesting. See, I didn't know that.
And it's amazing how they made these things. I'll be honest with you. It's like playing Tinker Toys. It's amazing.
That is
But,
interesting.
I think culturally, you see, while I was, let's